YouTube, I'll doing back here for another video on the Pagan Perspective. You may notice I'm here on a new day, Friday. I am now the host for Friday. Megan, aka Sabiracy, has moved to Thursdays, as well as other changes here on the Pagan Perspective. I'm sure you've had a chance to see all of our wonderful new substitute hosts here. Lots of different energies, lots of different backgrounds, just wonderful people. If you haven't already, please jump down in the comments on their videos. Welcome them to the Pagan Perspective. They have certainly added quite a bit of value to what we can offer you all. This week's topic stems around the idea of running open circles. It also asks us our personal opinion on open circles, whether or not we believe it's worth it to participate in them. I am a eclectic, solitary shamanic witch, and as such, I have not participated in too many open circles. The ones that I did participate in were kind of shamanic themed. I did participate in one that was a drum circle, so I definitely wanted to kind of see how that went. It was a wonderful experience. People were great. We raised energy for people who were sick. It turns out it was a success. The people who were sick actually did get much better, and it worked out quite well. I'm a bit of an introvert. Well, I'm almost a total introvert. I don't really like going to new places and seeing new people too much. I prefer to stay in my own little circle. However, I would never say that joining a community is a bad idea. In fact, I completely support the idea of joining your local community. Communities are very important. I think the idea of being able to call on someone when you need help, or just the idea that there's someone there beside yourself, is a wonderful feeling. It kind of creates security and well-being. And then on top of that, when you look at the way our political field has changed over the last 4 or 5 years, people have made major strides in starting to look like the Christian religion may be pushed on children a lot more in our schools. And the way that we can kind of have pagan religion kind of brought in those same fields to kind of counteract that is through community. We have to be present in community. We have to make our individual thoughts and feelings known, so that way when it comes time, we can write our representatives and have our religions known and pushed right alongside Christianity, because it's just basically not fair for children to be indoctrinated and enforced into a religion. In fact, this almost brings up another topic, which I'll leave for the end, which is a continuation of a particular question we did many years ago. So as far as how to run a particular circle, I would recommend Meetup. That's how I found a local group in my area. Meetup is an amazing tool because it allows you to find by how many miles the closest group of people who are into what you're looking at. It's just a stellar thing to use. That's the way I would run it. I would run it through a Meetup group. I would find a location that I'm not encroaching on people's space. It could be anywhere. I've seen people use local parks. There are some people who have met up at malls and then they all traveled in a bit of a caravan to a local park. It can be anything like that, but I would definitely advocate using some kind of technology to coordinate with all these people, even if you're just doing a basic Reddit group or something like that, and then the people join you there, because I know Meetup does have a bit of an administrative fee, so you might feel that you might need to move away from that if you don't want to spend too much money in your group, at least not starting out. Also, Facebook groups. You can make a private Facebook group, keep up with all these people, find out who's going, find out who, kind of a RSVP situation without having to pay the administrative fees that Meetup has to offer. And unfortunately, sometimes there just isn't anyone near in the Meetup group. So Facebook might be a bit different when you create a group there, or Reddit in general, because it makes like-minded people, even if they aren't in your immediate vicinity, they might be able to communicate in different ways. Like, for example, I have been thinking in the past of creating a small shamanic group. No matter where they are in the world, we can all synchronize ourselves and go on shamanic journeys, hopefully together, and see if we can, basically go about building energy toward a certain goal. So these are all things that I think are wonderful. I think community is important. I think we should definitely look into connecting with people of like mind I feel like it's the only way we're going to be able to make our mark on the world, because Christianity and the other Abrahamic religions, they really got as big as they are today by a tight-knit community. Say what you will about them, but their community is kind of what made them gold and what made them stand above all other religions today. And I think that just about covers the question. I took a peek at the comments for 2 weeks ago, question where we could have asked you guys questions, and I asked you guys about thought forms, and I saw some wonderful comments there. I went ahead and thumbs up those that, where people actually did step out on a limb and experimented with thought forms. That would be an interesting group in and of itself, just to create a thought form group to see who's done this, and just to work with other people. And again, I would have to come out of my introvert shell to work with other folks, but it is definitely something that I would be interested in. I will see you all back here next week on Friday. Thanks for listening to this video, and blessed be.